Hey guys, it's your girl Adella, and in today's video we are talking self-love and self-acceptance, and I'm going to share 5 things that I'm trying to do to accept and love myself more. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Hope you're good, hope you're well. So, like the title says, I am talking self-love, self-acceptance, accepting who you are. And just a disclaimer, I'm talking, accepting your personality, your character. Accepting yourself physically, that's a whole nother video. That's a whole nother topic. And I'll let you know when I've conquered that one. Till then, I'm purely talking character and personality. So let me set the scene. You are somebody who is kind-hearted, you're polite, you make everybody around you feel great. Fabulous. Who doesn't want to have that characteristic? Your friends love you, everyone feels comfortable around you. But then one day in the middle of the night, you wake up and you remember, I let a lot of things slide. And all of a sudden, that personality trait is not so favorable, and you're thinking about how you're going to be the baddest and how you're going to confront everyone. Another scenario, picture this: you're a bubbly person, you're an extrovert, you're the life of the party, you're loud, you're at an event, nothing new, you're being yourself, you're being loud, you're being bubbly, and then you realize, I'm the only one talking. Or somebody makes a little comment like, you chat bear. Now all of a sudden, that personality trait about yourself, you don't love it anymore. In fact, you hate it, and you made a vow that you're going to be less noisy, less loud next time you go out. These are the sort of things that I feel like go through our heads because we are our biggest critics, and we sometimes can flip a personality trait that is perfectly fine or even good, and we've now flipped it into something negative. That's something that I've been doing a lot recently because my sister, who seems to be obsessed with this at the moment, has been sharing my Enneagram with me. So Enneagram is like a really comprehensive personality type thing. And I've learned that I'm an Enneagram 9. So I'm a people pleaser, I'm a peacemaker, I just want peace and harmony. I don't like confrontation, I don't like anything that makes me uncomfortable. I think about other people's feelings before my own, etc., etc. Now, on the surface, seems like a pretty good trait. It means that people are comfortable around me, it means that lots of people like me and get along with me. But me, being the critic that I am, have dissected that personality type and said, right, I need to be more confrontational. I need to stand up for myself more. I need to be okay with uncomfortability. I need to not be a people pleaser. Like, that's weak, that's this, that. And I just really have been like getting on myself, basically. And so what I've been trying to do now is think about, how can I accept that this is my personality? How can I appreciate that this is my personality? And how can I work to basically use the personality that I have for good? Also, just a disclaimer that I am going to put chapters in this video, and I'm going to put a timestamp down below so you can skip to the relevant parts of the video, and you'll know what each topic is going to be before it starts. Okay, so the first thing that I'm doing to try and help me on this journey of self-love is I'm asking for affirmation. Now, for me, this is something that's been really, really hard. So if you guys know about love languages, one of my biggest love languages is words of affirmation. I love it when people tell me I'm doing a good job. I love it when people tell me I look cute. I love it when people tell me, oh, you're great, you're the best, you're amazing. I love that kind of stuff. So I'm asking for affirmation. And before I used to think, well, if I have to ask for it, then it's not true. No, that is not true. The truth is, some people are just not that way with words. Some people wouldn't think to say, oh, you're great, you're amazing, you're this. And so I would say, go to your closest friends, your family, your spouse, your partners, and just ask them, can you tell me like what it is about me that you like? What do you like about me? What's some positive things about me? If you want to keep it balanced, you can ask them for some negative things as well. But just as long as you're getting an outside perspective of yourself, and unbiased, ask them to be honest. I think that is a good way to know how people see you, rather than going into your head to think, oh, these people think I'm loud, this person thinks I'm a pushover, this person thinks I'm that, this person thinks I'm that. Just ask. And I think what you'll find, because I've had these kind of conversations with friends, is that you'll be surprised. You might think, everybody thinks I'm annoying because I talk so much. Everybody thinks I'm stupid because I make loads of mistakes. But actually what you'll find is that people are like, I feel energetic when I'm around you. I feel loved when I'm around you. I feel this, I feel that. And I guarantee there'll be something that somebody says that surprises you in a positive way. And then the trick is to latch onto that. Like, what's the saying? What's the rule of thumb? I'm gonna butcher it, but it's something like it takes 9 compliments for it to get through, but it takes only like 1 criticism, and you just remember it. We're just, for some reason, wired to hold on to the negative about ourselves and let the positive pass us by. So the trick is, hear what they're saying, remember what they're saying, and hold onto it. Don't just let it pass you by. Don't dismiss it. Second thing I'm trying to do, which kind of ties in with number 1 a little bit, is to step outside of yourself. So you know yourself probably better than a lot of people. But like I said, we can be critical of ourselves and we can latch onto the negative or the perceived negative things about our character. So what I'm trying to do now is I'm trying to think, okay, you being you, imagine you were not you and you stepped outside of yourself. What would you think of yourself? So it's almost the same as asking someone else, but this time you're asking from your own perspective. So you know, based on what I like, how do I feel about myself? So if I was to do that exercise, I would step outside of myself and say, okay, I know I only have good intentions when I'm interacting with someone. I know I feel a lot and therefore I empathize with people. I know I try to make people feel comfortable, etc., etc. And so knowing that about myself, stepping outside of myself and looking at myself, I'm thinking, you are a lovely person. You are kind. You would make me feel happy. You're funny AF. All these things about myself. And I just think that's a really good exercise to help, because we do it anyway. We do it on the negative. We step outside of ourselves and think, no, change that. But we rarely do it on the flip side. And so would recommend. I've done it and it's nice. It's like you're giving yourself a little bit of affirmation. And then rolling into the third one, which I've kind of touched on again, this is all rolling into each other, is think about your intentions. So I remember the good old days. I think I was in primary school or secondary school, and I was 100% sure that everybody liked me. I was just like, yeah, why would you not like me? I don't understand. This doesn't make any sense. And the reason I thought that is because I was going based off of my intentions. And when I think of someone mean, I always thought of them as like, they're intentionally being mean, they're intentionally being rude, this and that. Whereas I knew in myself that I was never intentionally being horrible, being rude, being this, being that, being annoying. And so I was like, well, I have good intentions, and so everybody should understand that and they should love me. Obviously, I grew up and realized that, it's not always about intentions. You might just come across a certain way that someone doesn't like. That's absolutely fine. However, to help on this journey of self-love, self-acceptance, I think it's important for me to revisit that primary school Adella who was all about intentions, because if your intentions are good, if your intentions are pure, most times you will not be acting in a negative way. Yes, people might still not like you. People might still, you might get it wrong. However, knowing that your intentions are good is the most important thing, in my opinion. Okay, the fourth thing that I recently started doing is think of someone that you know, think of a friend, a colleague, whoever, who is so different to you, but who is unapologetically themselves. I envy those people who you go somewhere and you're like, wow, you're so different to the status quo, or you're different to this group of people that you're with, but you're just yourself. I have a friend like that. She'll come into the party. She's just herself from the get-go. It doesn't matter if anyone's matching her energy. It doesn't matter what the vibe is. She is just herself, and I love that about her. And then I also think about the fact that a lot of other people, Keith, my husband, is so different to me, but I love him and I appreciate him. And so you need to understand that the things that might trigger you into thinking that you need to change this or that about yourself, e.g. my example before about, okay, maybe you're loud and you're the life of the party, but everybody around you is quiet. You're the opposite of them, but that doesn't mean that they don't like you or they don't love you. So think about the person that you know that's different to you, the person that's like just themselves and that's just bold with it. Do you have negative thoughts towards them? Do you ever think, settle down, change this, change that? You don't. And so we need to understand that other people are not thinking about that, about you. And I realized that a lot of these bits of advice I'm giving you are like, they involve other people. But honestly, I think that is because a lot of the self-hate and the lack of acceptance for ourselves does come from what we perceive other people's opinions of us to be. Unfortunately, it's not purely about me. That in itself is a problem, but since that is part of the issue, I'm trying to help use that as part of the solution. And the fifth and final thing that I'm trying to do, and I would say probably the most important one, is accepting that this is how God made me. God made me, not saying you can't change the negative things about yourself, but generally speaking, this is how God made me. God made me a type 7, a type 9 Enneagram, for example. He made me empathetic. He made me soft to a degree. He made me maybe non-confrontational. And therefore, I'm this way for a reason. And just think about the detriment that it would be to yourself, to the world, if you were to alter something that God has specifically designed, a way that God has specifically, let me start again. Imagine if you permanently altered or suppressed a character trait that God has given you for a specific reason, because you are needed to be this way in this world, in someone's life. That would be a tragedy. Let's say, okay, God has made me a free speaker, so I speak up often. You might be like, I need to stop because people feel uncomfortable, etc. But what if he's made you that way because he wants you to go into spaces where you need to be that bold and that person that's going to speak up? Or he's made you soft and empathetic, and you might see that as a weakness. But what if he's made you that way because you need to go in a space where empathy is desperately needed, which right now is very much so. So that is the main thing I'm trying to understand, is that, okay, these are the character traits that God has given me. How can I use this? Why would I use this? Where would I use this? How can I use this one? Where would I use it? Get it? So yeah, those are the 5 things that I'm really trying to practice on my journey of accepting myself. And as I might have said already before, this does not mean you don't grow. This doesn't mean you don't develop and you don't improve yourself. If there's something negative in your character that you need to get out, or there's a negative side to the positive, e.g. me being a peacemaker versus me not sticking up for myself, those are things that need to be addressed as well. But it doesn't mean you scrap. Don't throw it all away. Keep the good, work on the bad. But in the meantime, accept and love yourself as you are. Have I nailed it? Nah. But I've realized if I wait for me to have mastered something before I start talking about it on YouTube, I ain't never gonna make no videos because I'm a work in progress. So yeah, my mouth is dry, but I hope you enjoyed that video, guys. I hope it was helpful. As always, drop a comment down below. Give us more advice. That list is not exhaustive. Is there anything else that you guys are doing on this journey of loving yourself? I feel like the time that we're in terms of everybody having more time or being at home more, being more reflective, is bringing all sorts of things to the surface. So it's uncomfortable, but it's good. It's growth, year of growth. God willing. If you enjoy that type of content, then check out my advice playlist, which I'm leaving here, where I have more videos where I give you my take on things and try to help you help myself. This is therapy, through the difficult stuff in life. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye. Peace.